Trey, this man Will done got you flued out to Bel-Air, to stay in a mansion, everything paid for, VIP concerts, in a suite. You can't just chill? All right, welcome to Taste Take. If you're new here, we're doing Bel-Air Season 1 recap and reviews. If that's something you're into, hit that subscribe button for your boy. For my regular Taste Takers, let's see if Episode 5 leaves Will and his boy on thin ice. Get it? I said thin ice, like Ice Trey, because his boy's name is Trey. Duh, never mind. All right, you know the drill. Supersonic JJ Fad recap of Episode 4. We find out in the beginning that Rashad, the Philly goon, knows that Will is hiding out in Bel-Air. Will runs to go find Uncle Phil and tell him this news, but he can't find him. But he finds Jeffrey, and Jeffrey's like, it's taken care of. Like, this new Jeffrey, he used to make dinner. Anyway, Episode 4 is also where Aunt Viv finds out that Reed Broderick is back in town, and he's looking to rediscover artists. So she's getting that itch to get back into it. Hillary got signed to one of those influencer houses, so she's finally moving out of the pool house. And Viv is skeptical that this is a real career path. In the Carlton and Will saga, that's where they're going door to door trying to get votes. Carlton sucks at it. Will saves the day and gets Uncle Phil in front of the community answering the real questions at that skate party. Then Viv comes through on her word to fly Trey out to LA. Will's super hype. He calls him on the phone and he's like, got good news. You're coming out to LA. And then Trey's like, I also got good news. Rashad is dead. And we're all at home like, did Jeffrey kill this guy? That's crazy. Oh, that's pretty much Episode 4. So boom. Episode 5 is called From PA to LA. It was directed by Tasha Smith and written by Ephraim Salam and Rashid Newton. The episode starts with Will picking Trey up from the airport and driving him back to the mansion in Lexus. Trey can't believe how nice the car is. He can't believe how nice the mansion is. It's not registering to you that Will's not leaving? Oh, okay. Anyway, the next scene cuts to Uncle Phil helping Hillary pack up the pool house since she's finally moving out. She has to plan this dinner for the people in the influencer house that she's moving in with. She's stressing out about it. And Uncle Phil's like, why don't you just ask your mom for help? And Hillary's basically like, nah, she be hating. Back in Will's room, Trey, who might have reminded you, got a free trip to LA. I'm gonna remind you about that a couple of times. So yeah, Trey, who got a free ride to LA, is hating on any and everything that he can. Will's trophies, Will's Bel-Air Academy jersey, dressing up for dinner. Like, bro, you're a guest. Stop embarrassing me. But I guess maybe he thinks Will hates it too, because he tells Will that now that Rashad's dead, he can come back home. And Will's like, they go say what's up to Aunt Viv, and Trey brought Aunt Viv some chocolates from Philly, which basically tells me that this dude got some home training. The next scene is where we meet Uncle Phil's campaign manager, who's played by Dwayne Martin. And by the way, did y'all know that he was signed to the Knicks? He never played, but I didn't know that. That's crazy. Anyway, he's telling Uncle Phil that his campaign numbers are up, but he got to watch his mouth because all that defund the police stuff is throwing people off because he's supposed to be running as a moderate centrist candidate. Whatever that means. Okay, I know what it means. The centrist piece basically means that Uncle Phil aligns with both sides of the political spectrum, both Republican and Democrat. Basically, Carlton and Ashley. And being a moderate basically means that he doesn't have any radical or extreme ideas on issues or on solving issues. So I guess in layman's, a moderate centrist is like playing it safe. And I know y'all ain't coming here for no political science lecture, but I think it's important in trying to understand where Uncle Phil is coming from, trying to win this balanced, maybe cookie cutter campaign when his community and most of his family might be looking for a little something more. Okay, next scene, Hillary's back to preparing for this dinner. Will pulls up on her and he's like, Hillary, do you think I should stay here or go back to Philly? And of course she's like, yeah, you should stay. But she's moving out anyway, so she don't really care. I mean, I'm sure she would love him to stay, but, you know. Then Viv pulls up on Uncle Phil, and she's like, all right, what's the deal with this dinner? And Uncle Phil tells her, like, the leader of this house is making $1 million a year. And she's like, what the hell? How you know all this? And he's like, you didn't read the email? And Viv, you got to start supporting Hillary. It's messed up. Uncle Phil is a busy man running a campaign, and he's reading influencer emails. Good on you, Uncle Phil. Anyway, when he tells her this, I guess she realizes that maybe this influencer thing could be legit. So we get to this influencer dinner, and of course, freaking Trey is sneaking in whiskey, which then turns him into Snitchy McRat, and he's spilling all this tea to Carlton about how Will got arrested for fighting and using a gun, and how Uncle Phil got him out of jail. Freaking Trey, man. Anyway, another one of the influencers at this dinner is this woman named Fanta, and she's there telling Aunt Viv that she could be a travel content creator. Like, don't gas her. Then there's Monica, who's talking to Ashley about whether they believe sexuality is fluid or not. They say they believe it is, and that one day people might be different sexualities at different parts of their life. And basically that defining it might not be so important in the future. Which brings me to my mini Ashley rant. A couple people in the comments have told me that Ashley is way too young to be a lesbian. Word? Like, can someone please tell me the difference between a 12-year-old Ashley having an innocent crush on a girl and a 12-year-old Ashley having an innocent crush on Tevin Campbell? Is there really an age limit on identifying as LGBTQ? Like, it's 2022. The writers know they have to portray what's happening in real life. Like, I guarantee you, you walk into a middle school now, you're gonna see a lot worse than what's happening with this innocent ass crush on Lucia. Nobody watched Euphoria? Anyway, mini rant over. I just think it's funny how we're cool with Jeffrey's character turning into the freaking Terminator, but Ashley can't like girls. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Anyway, back to the dinner party. Uncle Phil's having a nice moment with Kylo where he's explaining how he's so proud of Hillary and that she was born to be a fighter. But this endearing moment is ruined by the Black Ass Brothers, which is a fire name. The Black Ass Brothers are the last two influencers at this dinner. They're known for making prank videos, and here they thought it would be funny to put a twerking teddy bear under the plate cover. Then, when everyone realizes it's this twerking bear that's making the plate cover shake, even though there's no way that bear could be shaking that thing that crazy to make it jump like that. What am I even saying? Anyway, after all that, one of the brothers decides to run through the dining room butt naked. Like, what the hell is this? And Viv, you better get this shit under control. Freaking Uncle Phil's running for district attorney, and you got butt cheeks out at dinner? Ugh. And speaking of Uncle Phil, the next scene is when Carlton confronts his dad about helping Will get out of jail. And he's telling him how disappointed he is that he will break the law just to help him. Let me get this straight. Cocaine Carlton got the nerve to talk to somebody about breaking the law? Okay. But Uncle Phil doesn't know that his only son is a cokehead like we do. So he tells him, my bad, son, but please, you can't say anything. We're running a campaign here. And Carlton's like, okay, I got you. And he rides his high horse right on out of there. And the next stop on that high horse express is to pay a visit to Will, who for some reason thinks it's okay to have his sandals up on Aunt Viv's couch. Anyway, Carlton's like, I know your dirty secret. And Will's just basically like, bro, don't snitch. And Carlton's like, all right, just stay away from me at home, stay away from me at school, and stay away from Lisa.
That's cold. Whew.
The next day comes and Uncle Phil's flipping pancakes. Trey's out there making jokes like, ask him if he used to work at IHOP. That was a pretty good joke. Cornball Carlton comes downstairs thinking that everyone's gonna be all frumpy because he exposed them. But no, Carlton, nobody cares. Just get out of here. The next scene is where Will, Trey, and Phil pull up to the D-Smoke concert. If you don't know who D-Smoke is, he's the one that won the first season of Rhythm and Flow on Netflix. He actually makes a cameo here, and Trey, who's one of his biggest fans, is starstruck. Like, you're literally in VIP at one of your idol's concerts, and somehow you think Will is leaving this all behind. That's crazy. All right, we have to take a quick commercial break from the concert for 1 second because Michael Ealy has just entered the chat, and he's getting his creep on with Aunt Viv. What in the world is happening here? So don't forget, in my little recap earlier about episode 4, I said that Aunt Viv's friend told her that Reed was back in town looking to rediscover artists. But that friend didn't say it was Michael Ealy. All right, let me focus. This scene is Aunt Viv at, I guess, his art gallery, and she's walking around looking at all the art, taking it all in, and Michael Ealy's talking all low and soft, and allegedly he's talking about the art. And it sounds like he's talking about art, but it feels like he's talking about something else. Uncle Phil, you can't sense this from the concert? You're in danger. Probably not, because when Aunt Viv is talking to Reed, being offered a gallery space verbally, but freaked down telepathically, Uncle Phil's getting pressed by Lisa's dad, the cop, for his defund the police comments. Ugh. Get out of here, Lisa's dad. Meanwhile, back at home, Ashley's talking to Hillary, and she tells her that she has this crush on a girl named Lucia. And Hillary's like, I guess she's just happy that she came out to her, and that she was just willing to even share this with her big sister. It was a nice little moment. She gives her some love advice. But we gotta move on. And Viv's in danger. But first, back at the concert, Will's telling Trey, like, bro, isn't this dope? And you can come back to LA anytime you want. Spring break, winter break, summer break. And then Trey's like, but you're not staying here, are you? And then Will's like, bro, I might low-key stay here, bro. This is crazy. And Trey starts tripping as if Will's not his own person. They got Trey in a VIP concert suite at the Staples Center, the Crypto.com Center, complaining about Will leaving while literally chewing on the free food that's given in the suite. Ugh, messing up the whole vibe of the concert. Anyway, next scene, we go to Carlton and Lisa planning the annual fundraiser they do in her mom's honor. Of course, Carlton the clown tries to kiss her and gets rejected. The freaking nerve on this guy, trying to take advantage of this girl's grieving process to get a smooch. Then we're back to Will and Trey fighting. They're at home now in Will's room. Trey's crying about how Will's gonna up and leave him in Philly, and what is he gonna do? What did you expect? Like, you want Will to like play college ball at Temple, get drafted by the Sixers, just so you can be close to you? What do you want? The argument heats up. They start pushing each other. Will slams Trey on the ground, and just before he's gonna give this guy a knuckle sandwich, he pulls back and walks out. Because when Trey goes low, Will doesn't punch him in the face. Trey decides to pack up and head back to Philly early. Will cools off, and he's like, you don't gotta leave, bro. They're both crying, and he's like, no. I gotta get out of here. This man, Trey, got flued out on the bank's dime. Now they probably gotta pay the change fee on the flight. Even though they're probably platinum, diamond, silver, and they get the change fees waived. But still, the whole thing's messed up. As the episode comes to a close, you get a nice scene where Aunt Viv finally tells Hillary that she's proud of her. And the final scene is Will FaceTiming his mom and letting her know that he wants to stay. Which, of course, is another callback to the Fresh Prince, to the episode when Will finished high school and Elvira was like, all right, now you can come home. And Will was like, nah. It's well done. That's pretty much episode 5. So what's my take? I'm going to give Bel-Air Season 1, Episode 5, 4.5 stars. This may have been the best episode of the season. Real powerful stuff between Will and Trey, and possibly the best acting so far of Jabari Banks. I complained about Episode 4's choppiness. Here I just felt like the pacing was much better, the editing was much better. It just felt more polished. Well, a nice little word. We got continued conflict with Will and Trey. We got restarted conflict with Will and Carlton. And we got brand new conflict with Aunt Viv and Reed. If you want to call sexual tension conflict. I like where they're taking Ashley's character, even though people think she's too young to like a girl. No, it's cool. I'm not gonna get back into it. I just think it's funny how people are mad that they changed Ashley's character to have her liking a girl, but we're okay with Carlton doing literal cocaine in high school. Okay. I'm just saying. Overall, I think it was a really good episode. We're at the halfway mark, so really excited to see where we go from here. Let's see. Question of the week. Do you think Trey has a point to be mad at Will for breaking his word and not coming home to Philly? Or is he tripping? As always, thanks for checking out Tate's Take. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. In the comments, you can answer the question of the day, or you can talk about anything else. You can fight with me about Ashley, because I know y'all want to. But in my response to the question of the week, I do think Trey is tripping. Like, you already got flued out, like, off the strength. And he told you can come back whenever you want. So you could really be bi-coastal on their dime. I think he's just mad that his meal ticket is slipping away. But if he wasn't such a disease, Will could have just played at Bel-Air Academy, played at freaking UCLA, got drafted by the Lakers, and he would have LeBron James you and made you like the head of marketing operations for his empire. Now look at you. Thanks for the time, y'all. Peace.